Hello, MSOE fans, and welcome to the Raider Report, where we sit down with MSOE coaches to discuss all things Raider athletics, from game reactions to recruiting news and everything in between. The Raider Report has all the behind the scenes details and news you want.
And at this time, returning to the program is my guest, the head coach of cross country, Bill Massoels. Coach, welcome back. Did you have a good summer?
Thanks for having me, Greg. Yeah, it was a great summer.
Yeah, we got the Olympics back, so running has been on the forefront of the mind here. We're getting back into the swing of things. Athletes are back on campus now. Classes getting underway. The weather finally starting to break. Not as much heat. It's getting a little bit more temperate. What's the thing that makes you go, it's cross country season? What's the marker for you?
I think that first really difficult practice.
Yeah.
The first time that, the first couple weeks, you're just kind of getting your legs back underneath you. But that first real, all right, let's see where we're at kind of moment, which is right around the corner for us. So we're excited to get going there.
For sure. I mean, you guys have had a little bit of a later start than usual, but in that late start, you've also seen we've been doing these mic'd up videos for other sports, and those have been going around. There's been a little bit of hesitation to participate on your end. Can you just explain to listeners why that might be?
Because you wouldn't hear anything but a long beep. That's all you get.
Yeah, and Seth also explained that, not just the beep, but the mic might blow out.
Yeah, I'm a little loud.
So, talk me through your schedule a little bit this year. We see a little bit of a different layout than what we see in previous years, some new races. Talk me through the decision behind that.
Yeah, so we opened up this past weekend with our alumni race, and that was new to us. A couple of reasons that happened, trying to get the alumni back engaged with us. I've been here now, start my 7th year, so now I'm starting to get to know the alumni. And that was secondary, if I'm being completely honest. Primarily was my son got married last weekend. And he said, this is the day I'm getting married and you're going to deal with it. And I said, yes, sir. So that was, typically we open up at St. Norbert's, which we'll go back to. I still want to do some alumni things. I think that's important. And then because of that later start, we had to start to look at some different things. So CUW, close, local, just up the street. So let's open up there. Whitewater they're currently 3rd in the country right now in the preseason rankings. They got 2 guys that have potential to win the national championships and one. Why wouldn't I drive an hour? I mean, we got great competition right there. So I will keep Whitewater on the schedule just because it's close. They're a really good program. They're going to let us see what we need to work on early in September. And then Carleton, because that's a regional host. So we try and get on the region site whenever we can, if it fits into our schedule. Truth be known, if I didn't have to race in September, we wouldn't. But in order to meet sports sponsorship, you have to race in September to get the 6 meet or the 5 meets in that we need. And so, yeah, a little shakeup, but, I'm kind of excited to see how that works out for us.
For sure. And we've talked about guys like Patrick Lee, Xander Gottner, Adam Shaw before. You return a lot of that crew from last season. You guys are in a great spot in the conference. Who's maybe a dark horse this season on the team that could be poised for a big year that we haven't maybe talked about before?
Just watching Chase Nagalski these last couple weeks, I think he's poised to really have a breakout. We just, he's a mid-distance guy and had to move up his miles, and we had that long discussion in the beginning of the summer training with him about that. And then Nolan Panan, who's a freshman who, really had in a controlled workout yesterday, really had a solid day with the guys in a 5-by-mile workout. So those are 2 guys that I think everybody else in our top 7 to 10 are common names that I think some of our middle distance guys have made. They saw A. Shaw, what he did, and in fall and still be great in indoor and outdoor, and they go, well, let's do that. So the Brett Litke's, the Calder Vicka Harrisons, I think are making that transition. But I think we're 15 and 18 deep, which is really, really nice to have that problem.
So how much value is there in going to these different schools this year and running some different courses? Is that big for these runners, having run, maybe like you said, the Norbert race year after year? How does that affect you going through season?
I think initially they're not going to like it because they know the course. And that's exactly why we did it. Let's go into the unknown. Let's take ourselves out of the comfort zone because it's not going to be comfortable at nationals or regionals, and hopefully we make it to nationals, and sure as heck is it going to be comfortable there. So that was the thought process there too. Like let's take you out of your comfort. Like they're used to going, okay, we open up at St. Norbert's, we go to St. Olaf's, we go to WLC. Well, none of those are on the schedule this year. And it's to take them out of their comfort and not physical as much as mental. Like I have to prepare differently because I don't know the course like it's my home course. So there was some thought when we adjusted the schedule to that too.
So when you're going through and you're picking out, races, courses to do, what stands out that, this might be a difficult course compared to some other ones? Is that even possible to tell?
Yeah, I think, coming from where I did, Northwest Indiana's flat as a pancake, and did my undergraduate and coached at St. Joe's, and it's a reason it's a farming community, it's flat as a pancake. And so, coming here to Milwaukee, there's not a course we do that isn't elevated at some point in time. And so I think that makes us tougher and stronger. We've developed some training courses that are in that mindset. So you're looking at footing, could affect, how you run, but it's really the hills and the grade and how long the hills are. La Crosse has a beautiful course at Maple Grove that they're really putting back together. They took it offline about 8-10 years ago and brought it back last couple of years and have really done some things on that to make it a national caliber course. And that's why we go there. Plus it's La Crosse and they're perennially great. So why wouldn't we? Parkside down the street from us is a great cross country course. Wooded, not on a golf course, hills. You don't necessarily want a track meet on grass. You don't want a flat course. The going up and down is going to force you to shift gears, either go to the quads or the hamstrings, and it shifts your gears. And so it's a natural surge if you're an uphill runner or downhill runner. So those are some of the things we look at, but it's also what fits in our schedule. So we're going to go regionals and back. So, you go regionals, week off, conference. Again, we talked during the track season about being off the week before track meet. We're definitely doing that in the fall. And so that's really how I work that, just working back from where we want to peak at.
For sure. And we're in a great spot being right in the downtown heart of Milwaukee here because we have hills all over.
Yeah, we do.
You guys can practice on any kind of course right here. So before we move on from the men, just talk to me a little bit. You mentioned a couple names there, but talk to me a little bit about this freshman class you brought in.
So, the freshman class from a distance standpoint was a smaller class than what we've had over the last few years. But what it lacks in quantity, it is in quality. We have 3 really talented freshman distance runners that can make an immediate impact on our program. And truth be known, we needed to go out and bring in some horizontal jumpers, some sprinters, that we needed to bulk up the track side. And but it's a smaller class than I'm used to from the distance side. But we had 33 guys last fall, and that was quite a few guys, and it made it a little difficult because you had so much separation from groups. So yeah, not the big class size, but definitely 3 quality guys that can help make an impact right away.
For sure. All right, let's break it up. Let's get into Raider Rapid Fire. I'm going to try to get back into the spirit of this and go just fast and try to put you on the spot. Favorite rapper?
Oh, Eminem.
Dogs or cats?
Cats.
You go to a steakhouse, how are you ordering that steak?
Oh, burnt.
Burnt? Ooh.
Yeah, well done.
Well done.
Yeah.
Where does that come from? This is a thread I'm pulling.
Okay, so my dad had a buddy who made it all the way to AAA with the Cardinals.
Okay.
Left-handed pitcher. And he said, when you're in single A or double A, you go to steakhouse, you either eat it raw or burnt because they can't make it well either way.
Makes sense.
And I thought, at this point when I'm like, it's 1975, so it's the Red Sox World Series, and he's literally telling the story during the World Series. I go, yeah, that's how I ate my steak. I didn't even know what steak was. I was 9 years old in the series.
Sure.
But that's really where it has come from.
Dang. That's great. That's crazy. As someone who likes their steak a little bit more on the cooked side, it's nice that I have a brother.
Yeah, there you go.
There you
go.
All right, your favorite food and where do you get it from?
What fast food?
Your death row last meal. What are they bringing you?
Popcorn.
Okay.
Soaked in butter. We talked about this the last time. Soaked in butter.
Okay.
With Parmesan cheese on it. Couple Slim Jims.
Okay, spicy Slim Jims or regular?
Oh, regular.
Regular. Okay.
And then a couple line of Cools.
Okay. Summer shandies?
No.
Okay.
Original.
Originals.
Yeah.
Right. I'm just checking. Feeling it out.
As you can tell, I'm not a big eater.
Yeah, no, that's that's an efficient meal right there. Best athlete you've ever seen in person?
Well, Tim Valley's going to yell at me if I don't say Larry Bird. Jordan was pretty good. I'm probably going to go with Jordan.
Okay. When was this? Is this like 80s or 90s?
It was 86.
Oh, so this is like rookie.
Yeah,
This is
he's
fresh out of UNC.
a
Okay.
couple years out of UNC.
For sure, taking flight out there. Would you rather go fishing or golfing?
Neither, but I have to pick one.
Yeah, if you had to pick one. Rolf said he would go fishing but just sit on the boat. He doesn't want to touch bait.
I'm not. I would golf because I could be in a cart.
Okay, for sure. Favorite dessert? If you're going for something sweet, what are you grabbing?
A donut.
A donut. All right. You've been on a couple road trips, I'm sure, with the cross-country track teams. What's the best and worst road trip movie?
I don't even know the name of this movie. It was James Gardner was in it, and The Notebook.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm on the road with the women's team because the men ran on Friday and the women run on Saturday, and I'm on the bus watching Notebook. I'm going, what are we doing?
Yeah.
We finished second that meet, so I said, all right, that's good.
Whatever it takes.
And Miracle, I think, is the best road trip movie.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one. That'll get your team ready to play probably a little too early.
Yeah.
All right, if I brought a deck of cards out right now and I said, let's play a game, what would you suggest we play? What's your go-to?
Well, we can't because we need 4, but euchre.
Okay. All right.
Euchre
I've never learned how to even play that one, but I know
you went to college.
Yeah, I know, and I was never in that circle.
Okay.
I was never around that table, but I'll have to learn. I'll have to obviously pick that one up. Let's jump over to the women's side. You have a couple siblings in Holly and Sabrin Bly. Did I say that right this time? Sabrin Bly.
Yep.
What is that dynamic like, having a set of siblings that are on the same team?
Sometimes it's like being at home with my own kids. They're the same, but they're different, and I think every siblings are like that. You can. Sabrin is a great leader, and so when I take that, a great big sister. What I love about Sabrin is she's similar to my brother. Like, if Holly don't slow down so I win. Mm-hmm. In my sophomore year, I did that to my brother, and he about killed me. Said, "Don't you ever do that again." And so it's kind of cool because they're really close, and both teams are really close. But I'm glad I have the Blys as the sisters because it could be a heck of a lot worse. But yeah, both great kids.
That's awesome. Ada Parker has kind of by default, from the outside at least, become the veteran of this group. How has she handled being, kind of thrust into a leadership role, whether she likes it or not?
I don't think she likes it because that's not her personality.
Mm-hmm.
But we've had that discussion. You have to be a leader. And she's really taken that role on and, kind of jumped into it with both feet going, this is what my program needs and I'm ready to do it.
Let's talk a little bit. We've said as a whole here at MSOE, we've made an active effort in trying to improve the game atmosphere we have at events here at MSOE. I want to ask you, what's the best stadium experience you've ever had, whether it's high school, college, professional? What to you is the standard? Whether we could pull it off here or not, what's the standard?
So, I grew up in Indiana and didn't necessarily play basketball, but had a good seat. To me, the greatest environment, and this is when Indiana was a classless basketball program, and they only had one class. And so you played the regional championship. You played the regional at 10:30, at 10 or 12:30, and the championship game is at 7:30. Same day.
Sure.
You go the next week, semi-state, same time frame, same day. And so it's March, and it's summer. Spring's coming, so the schools may still have the heat on, but it could be 50, 60 degrees out. And the guy's playing his second game at 7:30 at night. He's on 5 hours rest. He's cramping up. It's when our regional site was Gary Westside, and it seats 8,500. And for 3 regional, 2, because we didn't make it my senior year, but sophomore and junior year, we made it there. Sitting on the bench with 8,500 people screaming was priceless. So that to me is the greatest atmosphere you can have.
Yeah, that just sounds pure.
Yeah,
that is what it is all about. And you'll have to keep your eyes peeled. October 4th, 5th, that homecoming weekend. We have some things in store, hopefully coming down the pipeline. Don't want to spoil those just yet for the fans, but it's coming. Just a quick episode here for you, Coach. You've been on here quite a bit now. We've done the whole "How did you get here?" We've done that song and dance. This can be quicker now. I can get you in and out.
All right.
But before I let you go, your son just got married. You said it yourself, and I have to ask: you a dancer? Were you cutting the rug out there?
Absolutely not. I'm not. But I was drug out on the dance floor. He had his groomsmen were great. They picked me up. A couple of them played college football like you, so an offensive lineman. So it wasn't like I was going to get away from him. My wife said you're dancing, but I'm not a dancer, right?
But you did partake.
It's my son's wedding, so you kind of had to.
Well, kudos to you for doing that. Good luck to you this year, Coach, and hopefully we'll catch up with you right before conference.
Thanks, Greg. I appreciate it.
You can follow Raider Athletics on YouTube at MSOE Raider Athletics, and you can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at MSOE_Raiders. Don't forget to find us on Spotify, too. Be sure to like, subscribe, follow, repost, share, and get the word out to all your Raider friends and family. We want you to be heard. Mention us on social media and tell us what you want to hear about. Go Raiders!